Okay, now, panel, here is your promised treat, and Roger Peterson, our associate producer, is moonlighting again. He's serving it to you. And what you're getting, and I hope somebody will hold one up on the edge of the your desk if you can. This is the original hamburger, and it's almost exactly the way that it was first created. That is no buns, no catsup, no mustard or pickle, just fine home ground beef with onion and tomato between two slices of toast.
Stop it, Roger.
So you all enjoy while we meet the man whose grandfather created the original American hamburger.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Kenneth Lassen.
Number two.
My name is Kenneth Lassen.
Number three.
My name is Kenneth Lassen.
And here is the hamburger history of Kenneth Lassen. He says, I, Kenneth Lassen, am the grandson of the man who sold the first of that all-American delight, the hamburger. It was at the turn of the century, in 1900 to be exact, that my grandfather Louis created a tasty, quick sandwich of ground beef on toast for his customers. At one time, Louis's lunch looked like this. Today we are still in the hamburger business, and I grind the meat myself and cook the hamburgers in the same broilers as my father and grandfather before me. The broiler is the reason why the panel is eating hamburgers only more or less like the ones we serve at Louis's lunch. You see, I could bring my superior meat to the television studio, but I had to do the cooking backstage on an electric broiler instead of cooking it as I usually do in our special gas broiler. In recognition of my family's culinary contribution to the American culture, Louis's Lunch has been declared an historic landmark. Signed, Kenneth Lassen. Funny, I had a cheeseburger up in the commissary just yesterday that has been declared an historic landmark. Peggy Cass, please.
I'm eating my hamburger.
Oh, my dear, talk with your mouth full. We'll all forgive you.
You're used to it. Listen, number three, where is Louis's Lunch? This is really good.
In New Haven, Connecticut.
No kidding, where?
Moved out by the college.
Thank you.
Out
Number
by
two,
Yale.
where is your Louis's Lunch?
In New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, gee, in all the years I've been in New Haven and I never went there. Rats. Number one, how much was a hamburger at Louis's Lunch in the old days when your grandfather started it?
About 7 cents.
How much are they now?
Oh, about 80. 80 you can get one.
And do you serve beer in Louis's Lunch?
No, we don't.
Just coffee and milk and stuff,
yes.
right? Okay. Number two, what is the mix of the meat?
It's a blend of 5 flavors,
5 different cuts of meat, you mean?
right?
Thank you. Number one, what are the cuts?
Well, we buy a small piece of meat, and then we extract pieces from that piece. You know, but some meats are tough. The neck would be different from.
Well, I know.
another
Well, that's what I mean. Do you use like the neck and like the sirloin and like the skirt steak, or?
It's a blend. We take a little of this.
Okay.
Blend of several parts, the gentleman says. And Bill Cullen.
Are these all beef hamburgers, number three?
Yes, they're all beef.
They are all beef. Number two, did I not read something somewhere about there was you being declared a historic landmark, but didn't have something to do with the future of your business?
Yes.
What was that number? Was your business threatened?
Yes.
Number one, what was it that threatened your business?
The city seems to be, they want the area.
Number three, do you go along with that the city?
Not particularly the city. There is a corporation of doctors that want to develop a medical center.
And what they want to do is tear down your grandfather's original hamburger place.
It would be more or less towards the middle of the project.
Well, number two, now that you're a historic landmark, your place is a historic landmark, will they be able to move you out of there and tear you down?
Yes.
Oh.
Number two, how much are your hamburgers now?
80 cents.
Did they too start out at 7 cents?
I don't know.
You weren't there. Number three, what do you charge for a hamburger just like this, which is very good, incidentally?
Just like that would be 80 cents.
80 cents. That's a piece of meat, and I didn't even get a pickle.
And some onion and some tomato, I believe. Yeah, all right,
It's
Kitty?
delicious. Number three, why is a gas broiler better than an electric broiler?
Well, it is a more even, slower heat. It doesn't dry as much as your direct heat of the electric.
Number two, thank you. Number two, those machines that we saw were enormous in your place now. Is that why are they so big?
They're not that large, actually. They're only about maybe 2 feet high.
Oh, well, number one, how many hamburgers do you serve a day?
Oh, we use about 100 pounds of meat, so it would be, well, quite a few, 200, I guess.
Number three, how much meat is in each of your hamburgers?
A quarter of a pound.
And number two, your grandfather, why did he call it Hamburger?
Hamburger was taken from the name of the town that made it famous in Hamburg, Germany.
And is that where he came from?
No, he came from Denmark.
Denmarkers.
Well, number three, I don't understand. Your father came from Denmark, too?
That's right.
But they'd already made hamburgers in
My. We have a puzzlement here. Joe Garagiola.
Number three, do you have other kinds of hamburgers with special names like they usually have?
No, the one straight hamburger, the good old-fashioned one that was started in 1900.
Number two, how do you identify this famous hamburger? You just say hamburger, or do you elaborate?
No, just plain hamburger.
Let's see. Oh, I got a question for number three. What's in your hamburger? Number one told us the ingredients for different parts.
You start with the forequarter, and then you take parts of the neck, and the meat around the ribs, and down to the tenderloin. But you don't put the tenderloin. You save that for yourself for home.
Number two, do you buy all the meat?
Yes.
How much?
Hey, we got ourselves a little bell there, friends. We're going to have to make up our mind. You've only got three choices. It's number one, or it's number two, or it's number three. Peggy, you can't get your crayon open. You want to hold up your fingers or your toes?
I vote for now. You see, it's very. The only thing he said that I don't agree with. Number one, if you had nobody serves a half-a-pound hamburger these days. Nobody. But number three said he likes his ovens because they broil slowly. But I always thought you'd cook hamburger fast, so I voted for two, even though you're awful good, number one.
All right, Bill,
Two.
when you get a chance a little later, mark a two down there with
I can't open it. Oh, okay.
Mark there with that, so we have it for the record. And Bill Cullen, who are you going to go for, friend?
Actually, I like when number three, he said very simply, he keeps the tenderloin for himself. And I don't know if the real one would do that or not, but I like him for honesty, and I'll buy your hamburgers anytime.
So we got a two and a three, and Kitty Carlisle.
I'm mad about number three, and I love his coat. He's got a beautiful red coat on, and I just like the whole thing. I don't want to even think about anything but the hamburger.
That's true. Kitty will eat anything that doesn't bite her first. Joe?
Only a successful man would say, I'll keep the best for myself, and it's got to be number three.
Of a sense of security. Yeah. All right, we got 1, 2, and 3 threes. The votes are all in. Well, the real Kenneth Lassen, please stand up, sir.
Number two.
It's number two. Thank you, Mr. Lassen. Let's find out about our friends. Number one, I'm afraid the half-pound hamburger did you in. You were doing fine up until then. What is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Royal Smith, and I work for the Postal Service.
Postal Service. Nice to have you. And number three, how about you?
I am Bill Moore, and I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I work for Pacific Intermountain Express, and I am the National Driver of the Year.
Congratulations, sir. Mr. Lassen, it just occurred to me now, in the Yale Whiffenpoos, when they sing from the tables down at Murray's to the place where Louis dwells.
Yes.
And I've never known where the place that Louis dwells.
No.
It's not your...
We can't take credit for that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Oh, drat. I thought I had made a little bit of history here. Well, too bad. Yeah, I don't see if it's been declared a historic landmark. I don't know how they can tear it down.
Well,
but unfortunately, we don't have time to go into that because they're tearing us down. The clock is. Thank you, Mr. Lassen. Thank you, gentlemen.
In addition to the cash awards, our first team of challenges will receive Sarah Coventry's sparkling set combining jet black with rhinestones for the opera That Special Night on the Town. Operetta by Sarah Coventry. Our second team will receive an assortment of Turtle Wax car care products, including the world's first self-polishing car wax. No rubbing, no buffing from Turtle Wax.
We were applauding our audience. They've been so nice. I hope that that man, Kenneth Lassen, gets to win out against the powers that are trying to destroy Louis' Place. I remember back in the 30s when they were building Rockefeller Center, and they bought up every building for miles and miles around, you know, except one place, Hurley's Bar and Grill.
That's right.
Would not sell. Hurley's Bar and Grill. They had to build all the Rockefeller Center around it. But it still exists. I don't know whether it's a national landmark. A lot of people spend a lot of time there. It's kind of a shrine in its way. I know a lot of people who've given their lives to it. Their whole lives to it. And they won. Take care.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.